My evening usually starts off with a glass of wine while I cook dinner for my boyfriend and I, while Holly watches, of course, waiting for me to drop something. Tonight I made yummy enchiladas, which you can find the recipe on my Pinterest page. After dinner, I'm usually on my laptop for the rest of the evening, checking emails, editing videos, and homework, of course, when I feel like it. Now that I'm into my pajamas, I'm just going to pin back my hair so I can start taking off my makeup. This is a step that I never forget to do. You always want to take off your makeup before bed. I'm using my favorite makeup remover wipes, which are the Equate ones that you can find at Walmart. These work really well at removing your makeup, and they're super affordable, and you get a ton in a pack. Then I'm just taking the same wipe and removing my eye makeup with this. You could add a little bit of water to the wipe if you need it to be more moist, but I find that these just work great too at removing my eye makeup. If you let it sit for a second, it'll come off a lot easier. So then I always like to wash my hands before I start washing my face because you don't want to add any germs at all to your face. Then I'm using my Clarisonic Mia 2 with the Simple Foaming Facial Cleanser. I love this cleanser. It works great with the Clarisonic. And I'm just going to start buffing this all over my face. I like to work in circular motions, and I don't really pay attention to the exact order that you're supposed to do it in. I just do it with what works for me and the timing that works for me and what I feel like is getting my face clean. But you could follow the little beeping settings and everything that the Clarisonic has to tell you when to move to the next section if you want. But I just like kind of doing it my own way. And this gets my skin so clean. It just feels so refreshed afterwards, and you can really see the makeup that's left over on the brush head when you're done. Even though it appeared that we've removed all of our makeup with the makeup remover wipe, there's still some left over in your skin, so I love using a cleansing brush. So now for toner, I'm just using the Michael Todd Blue Grain Algae Antibacterial Toner, and I'm just using a cotton pad to apply this all over my face. Using a toner is so important for your skin because it balances out the pH, so if you have combination skin, it's going to be perfect for that because it's going to make the dry areas more hydrated and keep the oily areas less oily. But no matter what type of skin that you have, using a toner is extremely important, especially for that feeling that you get after you wash your face where your skin feels very tight. The toner works perfectly to correct that. It just feels very hydrated and refreshed and not super tight feeling. So my next step in my skincare is using my prescription acne cream. This one is called Axone, and it works really well for my skin. It's just helped at keeping my breakouts from forming. I really don't get a lot of breakouts, just maybe once a month. During that time of the month, I get one or two come up here or there. So this really just helps at keeping my pores from being clogged, and it helps to calm my skin at the same time, and it doesn't dry it out. I definitely recommend it if you do see a dermatologist to ask about this one. If you don't have very bad skin, you just get a few occasional breakouts that are hormonal. So while I'm letting that set, I like to go ahead and brush my teeth. My favorite toothpaste is the Crest 3D White one. I always like to let my acne cream set before I put anything else on so it has time to work and really soak into my skin. So then I'm just using my Orabrush tongue cleaner. I love this thing. Just remember, your tongue's supposed to be pink and not white, so keep it clean and it will prevent bad breath. So now back to my skincare, I'm using the L'Oreal Youth Code Texture Perfector Serum. I've been trying out this serum for a few weeks now, and I like it so far. It's supposed to correct any unevenness in your skin tone, which I do have some hyperpigmentation from leftover acne marks that I'm trying to get rid of. The majority of the marks on my skin right now that you see are leftover marks. They're not active breakouts. So I've been working to try to get rid of those using a couple different products. So this is one of them, and I like to let this set into my skin before I apply anything else. So then while I let that set, I just like to floss my teeth, and I like using this type of floss pick because they're much easier to use than regular floss. And then I'm just finishing it off with some mouthwash. So then I just have the L'Oreal Youth Code Texture Perfector Night Cream. This goes along with the serum. I like using a thick night cream at night to really hydrate my skin after everything that I've put on it. And then my skin always feels amazing the next morning when I wake up. Also, make sure you don't forget your neck because that is another area that will age and you don't want wrinkles and stuff, so make sure you coat all of that evenly. Then I'm using the Skin Icelandic Relief Eye Cream, and I love this eye cream because it feels so hydrating, and it's great at just really preventing wrinkles before they happen and just hydrating that eye area. It's really important to use an eye cream because the skin under your eyes is very thin, and it also does not produce any moisture like the rest of your skin, so you want to make sure you're keeping it hydrated to prevent wrinkles in the future. And this will also help decrease little fine lines that you get that always are annoying underneath makeup, and your concealer settles into them and everything. So this just works perfectly at preventing that. I use this at night and in the morning. So then I'm just using my favorite spot treatment of all time. This is the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion, and this is really interesting because it has a clay at the bottom and then an oil at the top. So you dip a Q-tip straight into it and pull it out, and then you just dab it on any blemishes that you have. This will dry them up overnight. And I have one that still feels a little bit sore, so I'm going to go ahead and treat that tonight. And I like to use this over top my moisturizer so my skin doesn't get too dried out. And you might look a little crazy, but hey, you're just going to bed and this stuff works. So then I'm using my Tarte Pure Maracuja oil, and I like to put a little bit of this on my finger and just dab it on any areas that I'm trying to treat as far as leftover acne marks. This is extremely hydrating and it has vitamin C in it, which helps to reduce any dark areas on your skin. When my skin is feeling really dry, I like to add this to my face moisturizer that I use or my night cream at night. And I just put a little drop of it into my night cream and put it all over my face. And your skin is going to look so glowy and hydrated, and it really helps to reduce those dark spots. So then I'm using the Eucerin Aquaphor Healing Ointment, and I use this on my lips. It's really hydrating, and my dermatologist actually recommended this to me because it really helps to hydrate your lips and it keeps those dry patches away, and it just feels so amazing on your lips. And I coat that stuff on at night. So I don't do this every single night, but probably every other night. This is the Ouidad Biotin Lightweight Reparative Hair Serum. This biotin hair serum is supposed to help make your hair grow and stop thinning hair, which is something that I have been experiencing recently. So all I do is I apply a little bit on my hand and then I just start rubbing it into my scalp, and it has that menthol feeling. So it's supposed to bring blood flow to your scalp and really just help hydrate your hair. You can use this on your ends, you can use it all over your hair, whichever you prefer, but I just really like rubbing it and massaging it into my scalp. And I have noticed a little bit of a difference as far as my hair isn't thinning as bad, but I've been doing a lot of different things to help that, so I'm not sure which product has really worked for it, but I do like the smell of this. It's a really great high quality oil and it doesn't weigh down my hair. So then I'm finally off to bed. I always like to watch TV while I lay in bed. I play on my phone, and I also always try to drink at least half to a whole bottle of water so I wake up and my skin is glowing. And of course, it is so good for your health.
I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding light or tunnels to gates of white. Just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for